there, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foot Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. How are you this morning? Thank you so much for taking your time and tuning in to the broadcast that we do. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully it is a valuable time spent learning about different topics, information, words, phrases, things that people use with respect to purchasing and selling a home. So we've been talking for the last month and a half about definitions, terms, things that may come up that maybe you don't understand. And one of those I wanted to talk about today is the one that's most clear and close to my heart, which is title insurance. And title insurance doesn't sound like a big old fancy sexy thing, but I wanted to talk to you about it because it's a really important piece of the home buying process that a lot of people just don't know about and don't understand. So when you choose a title company to work with, the reason it's called title company is because we actually review the ownership chain of that property, and that's called the title. And then what we do is we actually repair anything that's a concern, make sure everything's taken care of. So when you purchase that property, your ownership is taken free and clear, which means that you own that property completely. No one else has any ownership interest in it. No one can come back and say to you, hey, I have a right to travel on your property. I have a mortgage that's against that property that needs to be paid. Any of those types of things. So when you actually purchase that piece of property, you know that you are protected because we have done a search, we've repaired anything that could be a problem to you, and most importantly, we insure that home ownership, which is protecting your home ownership, which is title insurance. Title insurance insures you that if someone comes back and says, hey, I have an interest or I'm making a claim, I own something, I have the right to use a piece of your property, I'm owed some money, any of those types of things that could affect your home ownership is insured that that is not going to be a problem for you. Now, there are a lot of different caveats to title insurance, and we'll definitely go into those in a lot more detail in a future broadcast. But today, I really just wanted to bring up to you the fact that when you go to a closing and you work with a title company, that company is not just processing the paperwork and having you sign everything. That company is guaranteeing that what you're purchasing is what you expect to be purchasing and that no one can actually come back and claim an interest in that property against you. So you're not sitting there. The one thing about title insurance and a title company's job is we make sure that for the rest of your home ownership that no one can ever come back and do that. You're not sitting in your house, on the East Coast yesterday, it was absolutely gorgeous. So you're not sitting out on your deck, enjoying the view, listening to the birds and the frogs, having a cup of coffee, and someone knocks on your door and says, hey, I own a piece of property that's along where your fence is. You're going to have to move your fence. Or drives up and drives through your property where they actually have the right to drive through your property. You had no idea. All you can see is what you can visually see outside and what you think you're buying. So title insurance protects you against any of that anyone has any type of an interest that they can come back and claim against that property and have a defect in your ownership. So we not only search the title and we try to repair any problems, but title insurance covers things that aren't obvious that we wouldn't necessarily be able to correct. Some of the more common ones would be forgery, things that weren't recorded property in the land records, so we wouldn't be able to discover those. So some things that we wouldn't be able to resolve for you, title insurance makes sure that those things can't affect you as well. And so title insurance is good for as long as you own your property, and it's good for anyone that takes ownership of your property through your ownership after you're gone. So if you own your property and you pass away and your children become the owners of that property because they are your heirs, then the title insurance protects them. Now, it doesn't protect when you sell it to someone else. That person has to have their own search and make sure that they're protected in their own insurance policy. So just like you'd have an insurance policy to protect your home against catastrophic damages, maybe a hurricane or a tornado or a tree falls on it or it catches on fire, this insurance is similar. That protects you against things that you can see that are catastrophes that happen to your property. These are things that you can't see that are ownership concerns that could affect that ownership just as well. So title insurance covers you for as long as you own your property. And when you pay for it at closing, you only pay for it that one time. There's no additional cost. Unlike any other insurance, it does not have any deductible. So if someone comes and makes a claim on you, you immediately contact the insurance company and they step in and start taking care of the problem. You don't have to hire attorneys or do any of those things. That's what title insurance does. It takes care of the problem for you as soon as it happens. So, like I said, not a super sexy topic, but something very important, because just as much as you want homeowners insurance to protect against those catastrophes or major events, you also want title insurance that covers you against things that are hidden, things that you wouldn't necessarily know about, and you want to make sure your ownership is protected for as long as you own that property. So, hopefully I gave you a good nugget of information today. If you watched and you found what we talked about value, please click that share button. That is so very important for me, but more importantly for you, because you're sharing information with people that you know, that I don't know, that may very well need to understand this situation and may need to understand or get something out of what we're talking about. So you sharing is so incredibly valuable to the people that you know, and for you, because you're providing some great information to those people that you know. So I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in. This has been Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foot Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Hey, feel free to go to our website and check out any information on title insurance. If you go to the buyer's page or the realtor's page and look at the resources, there's lots of more detailed information there that can help answer some questions for you. Or you can reach out to any of our team, www.foottitlegroup.com, and all of them will be able to help you with any of those questions you have. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.